Buckeyes and the Tennessee Volunteers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
The history of college football has many ties to the military. Tennessee's Neyland Stadium, with over 101,000 fans in place, is one of those. The stadium was named for legendary football coach General Robert R. Neyland on October 27, 1962. This is one of the most beautiful venues in college sports, with the Tennessee River, the sailgating, and the checkered end zones. Can't wait to watch a college football game at Tennessee. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Now here's Sayin. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll go to the counter. Thrust that arm out.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And to keep this opening drive going, they'll need to convert 3rd and 1. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. You've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Sayin trying to be heard above the noise. Pulls it in. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Oh, they're after him. And down he goes.
This defense really needed that opening drive, man. They've given them some yards. The offense has gained some momentum, but nice job in their own territory. Backed up. What do? They get after the quarterback and force the predictable passing 3rd and long situation.
it's Sayin. Fires to the middle. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Looking for room, it's Bishop. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Quarterback making adjustments. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
And the ball's moving quickly to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quick strike complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
3rd down play from the gun. Fires into traffic, intercepted.
Man, how about the rough starts for these offense? 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. These quarterbacks, you trust them early, first drives to get something going. Both of them turning over to the other team. Let's see which one can get settled in first.
Throwing, say it. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And we talk to teams week after week, and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Jackson. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down. Now here's Sayin. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Finds his back in the middle. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. We've reached the end of the 1st quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. 4th down, Sayin. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field, catch the defense off guard.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's got it again. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And we got something different, guys, here in the second quarter. We got points, right? No points in the first quarter. Both defenses had their footing. Now, offense finally strikes, gets something going, gets down here on the fringe, too, inside the 30, capitalizes on it, gets a touchdown, and we got our first score of the football game.
And he's going to bring this one out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run.
Could be an alley. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make the big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
The Vols racing to the line in the hurry up. Looking to fire. Oh, big fella almost had a pick right there. Instead, it falls incomplete.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Gives him the big stiff arm. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Will, you're trailing in the game. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
And the Volunteers will have it first and 10. Run in the red zone. It's Bishop. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Timeout signal 4 by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Ohio State calls it second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tennessee! Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Say it. Throws to the wideout. He makes a catch. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time.
Makes the catch and he's free. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. And that is why you call it a safety valve. You avoid the quarterback getting hit, and you also release the pressure that's being applied on the offense.
Defense is going to have to think about this in the future because you live and die by the blitz. It's great to try and get extra bodies getting after the quarterback, but then you risk running backs leaking out of the backfield and hurting you in the passing game.
To the air, it's Sayin, using his feet to buy time. He'll pull it down.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Sayin hauls it in. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Final timeout called by the Buckeyes. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Send the tight end in motion. Back to pass. Makes a catch. They will score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Staley. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Complete to the right. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. The Volunteers want to move quickly.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game.
He wants to go deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on third down. Complete. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. He's brought down, couldn't find anybody and get rid of the football, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And this offense choose to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now
Throws toward the end zone. In the end zone, he's got it. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Coming out with it, it's Staley. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Staley. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So here is the Tennessee offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Leaves it with the back. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. And the Vols headed quickly to the line.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The Vols are moving quickly down the field. Looking for room. It's Baker. Maybe some room here. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Turning it on. Makes it past the marker. Touchdown, Volunteers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, how nice is it to be down and you need to score points when you can just hand it to your running back and he can make big plays like that? Jesse, they're going to need more of those to get back in the football game. They've dug themselves a little bit whole, but that was a good start.
Yeah, I think the defense probably kicking themselves too. I don't know if it was 2-minute type situation, if they were expecting them to run the football, but somehow, some way, you've got to be able to gang tackle this guy and not let him take it to the house from that distance and score points. Moving forward now, the run defense has got to shore up for this defense.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Hits him with a stiff arm. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Here's Sayin to throw. Pocket breaking down. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Hey, it's a heads-up play right there. Listen, you're trying to scramble. You're trying to make something happen. Nobody's open. You're not going to be able to get out of bounds. Just protect yourself. Get down on the ground. Get what you can get and live to play another day.
And now on second down for this offense. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Picks up the first down. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Plucks it out of the air. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
On the ground, it's Jackson. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
Man, these offenses that are built for late game situations, when you get later in the football game and you have the lead and you got a guy that you can hand it to like him that keeps making plays over and over again, man, does it start to put a lot of pressure on the defense for them to be super aggressive and bring a lot more bodies near the line of scrimmage.
Julian with the play fake. Pressure coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Fires to the wideout. Finds space on the right. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
And it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft, but also great play calling, great play design. They've always got it working, and you know this offense is always capable of hanging 40 points and making it look easy.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Throw it, say it. Gets it out quickly. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. From the red zone, it's Jackson. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
Tight end now in motion. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Seriously, this just can't happen. A delay of game penalty, and it is 2nd and long. corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Tackled there by the defense. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. This crowd knows when to bring it. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. It's hard to think of a worse time for a penalty like that than at this stage of the game. It's 3rd and long. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Out of the end zone. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown ball.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. They got it, able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. And now this offense needs a late 4th quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. Oh, he's got a chance. Got enough for the first. Wide open spaces. He's at the touchdown, Tennessee. Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. The ball straight back for the touchdown. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just handing the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Tie game, 4th quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Right on the money. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Sayin. He's going to take off. Slides to the ground after picking up the first. Great play on 2nd and short.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the 4th quarter and it's a 1-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. to pass. It's Sayin. Unloads to the wideout. And wings it incomplete.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got two guys on him.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
I think we got a little bit sloppy on that route. You need more separation if you're going to give your quarterback a better target trying to complete that input.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. Sayin trying to be heard above the noise. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
After that incompletion, it's decision time now if you're the head coach. Do you stay aggressive? Do you trust your offense to go get this 1st down, try and eat clock and win the game late? Or do you trust your defense to get it back to you quickly for one more opportunity?
Wait just a second. They're going to go for it here, and man, if they don't get it, it brings losing into the equation. Sayin back to the air. Fires to the wideout. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. They'll go right back to the run. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. This is a designed run. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Going to the run, it's Gordon.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
Give to the running back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Now a timeout was called. Play clock was all the way down to 2. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the 1st without scoring. Running inside. It's Baker. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down.
And you got to think about when you want to use that final timeout, when you're going to clock it. Every single second counts. You need a field goal to win, but you got to manage this clock.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he got it! And with that field goal, they now have the lead. What a battle this game was. Went right down to the end. Number